Hi, I'm Richard Weinberger, the CEO of the Association of Accredited Small Business Consultants. I'd like to talk to you today on this video about the difference between a static budget and a rolling budget. You're probably well familiar with a static budget. This is really the most common, it's the easiest to prepare, and basically it simply remains the same until the next budget period. So we start working in October, November, December, let's say, in preparing a budget for the next year. We prepare a budget for all 12 months or all 4 quarters, and then that budget really never changes. Hopefully, we make use of that budget because a budget is really a fabulous management tool that we can see if we met our predetermined objectives, because that's really what a budget is. It's an objective, it's a goal. We then can judge our performance. How did we do? Were we favorable or unfavorable in various categories? And what changes do we make and focus really for the future? But a static budget, then, the numbers are really set in concrete until the next October, November, December, when we start working on the future budget again. And in many small businesses, a budget is set. Someone maybe reviews that budget, but they don't really do a thorough analysis of the budget until the final accounting period is over at the end of the year, and then somebody looks at the budget and says, well, we met this area or we did not meet this area. But a rolling budget, on the other hand, and you might not be familiar with this, it's not the most common, but it is extremely useful, and I suggest that you really consider this for clients that you've got. A rolling budget actually splits the annual budget into 4 quarters. Now, it could be, you could have it for 2 or 3 years, and it could be semi-annual, but most of the time the rolling budget would be an annual budget split into 4 quarters. And what it does, it includes the most common upcoming 4 quarters. So as one quarter ends, and I'm going to show you an example, as one quarter ends, then another quarter just automatically rolls in. So we always have 4 quarterly budgets or goals, and again I have goals here because that's really what a budget is. It's a goal, it's a predetermined goal. We always have 4 quarterly budgets to achieve. And again, as I mentioned, this could be for any period of time, but the example that I'm using is for the 4 quarters. Now, let me give you an example of this so you really understand this, and I'm going to move the flip chart up just a little bit so you can see the top part, and then I'll move it back because I want to make sure that you're able to see this good. This is an example of a rolling budget. Let's say that we start off with 2012 and we have quarters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then as the first quarter of 2012 is over, we drop that budget, but then we pick up a budget that we have prepared for the first quarter of 2013. Now, as soon as the second quarter of 12 is over, that budget drops, and we then pick up the second quarter of 2013. Again, when the third quarter of 2012 ends or completes, we drop that and we pick up another quarter. So we always have 4 quarters that we're looking at all the time. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, wow, well, that takes a lot of time. You're absolutely right, it does. But what it does, it is forcing management to constantly review the performance and then update the goals of the business. That's the beauty of a rolling budget. It keeps management abreast of current factors that influence future decisions. And again, those could be factors. It could be the economy, it could be the competition, it could be new products or services. Any variables, we know that there are so many variables in a business that change all the time, but it keeps everyone much more involved in the daily decision-making activity. This is the beautiful part of a rolling budget. It's really considered a much more current budget because we're always looking currently at what we can do to make the business better versus, let's say, a static budget that is considered more of a future budget. So again, it takes more time, but then at the end of every quarter then, management, owners are looking at the budget. How did we do? What kind of performance did we have? And then using those figures then to make projections for the future for predetermined goals out into the future. That is really the beautiful part of a rolling budget, because it forces everyone to look more currently. And the more management or owners use a budget, look and see if they have met their predetermined goals, and then analyze the performance, the better businesses normally do. So I hope if you're not familiar with the rolling budget, I hope that you've learned something from this. Great management tool. Study up a little bit more about rolling budgets. Put them to great use, and you'll see the difference it can make in a small business. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.